Welcome to another edition of the Rick H Show.
Show. Yeah. You sing better than me. Okay.
We're a podcast. I mean, we did an event, and now we're back to podcasting. So
Yes.
don't expect. I mean, yes, there's gonna be more events, but I could concentrate on actually doing podcasting now. I don't have to
Mhm.
kill myself and
You could be in a zen,
So
you
you
know?
didn't like you didn't like event planning?
I'm gonna drop the intro and we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start the show.
Uh-huh. Yeah, marvelous. Okay. Yeah, I'm on my Frank Lucas shit. 3-piece suits, Valentino cufflinks, LV shoes. I bring the shorty closer, just enough to feel the gun on the holster. Out on the balcony, feeling on the breeze. City skylines, we're puffing on some trees. Cup of Henny on the rocks with the soda. Maybach, front of the building with the chauffeur. Yeah, and he waiting on me. Got umbrella in his hands and my name in the seats. No gift, baby, no thanks, no chinchillas, baby. So what happened to Frank? No phone calls, transactions hand in hand. Give the drugs to Rick, the money to Benny Banks. Talk to crazy, he talks to me. Keep my business out the streets. It's the ART.
Parapapam, papapam, 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 pang, pang.
Hey.
Oh, I was taking photos of me on a photo.
Welcome to the Rick H Show.
Welcome.
I don't
I'm your host, Rick H.
Hey Rick.
My
Hi, Rick.
heterosexual life partner, Craze Boogie, has taken the night off. No, actually, he's working on Bury Me in the Bronx
Nice.
episode 2. We got some stuff going on,
Thank you.
but joining me is fellow Uptown Live member O,
So, yes.
and then
Thank
the
you for
one and
having me.
only Ellie Jazz,
Hi, guys.
who might become a pro wrestler tonight, depending on how this goes.
we
So,
setting up a match.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
I knew that was going to come.
Listen, if hold on, let me turn off this AC because the AC just came on. But that might happen. That might happen.
Never know. Shoot.
So
Hmm.
let me bring in our guest. You've seen her on television. You've seen her as a fitness instructor. You've seen her as a pro wrestler.
Mhm.
Paola is here.
Hi guys, how are
Hi.
you?
How are you? We're so good. We're so happy for you to be on the show. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you for inviting me.
So Paola, welcome to the show. First of all, you're Colombian and you're Latina, so this is going to be great because we're going to get to interview you on that aspect in wrestling because there's a lot actually. There's a couple Latina pro wrestlers, but you're a pro wrestler, fitness
A lot of
instructor,
package.
reality TV star, mom, wife, and all that.
Multifaceted, baby. Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yes,
women can do a lot of things, you know. We're
yeah,
capable of do a lot. And also, like, good that you bring that up. And I'm glad that when we get to those questions about the Latina part, because I'm making some changes into, I call it, I'm changing my avatar.
Oh, okay.
So, so I'm actually trying to bring up more my Colombian side, my Latina side.
Well,
Oh,
your
I love
finisher
it.
is the Colombian necktie, which I love the name of it, and I love what. For those of you who don't watch pro wrestling, it's like the main ingredient, it's like the main move, and hers is the Colombian necktie. I don't know the actual name of it because I know it looks like a DDT. It ends up being a DDT, right?
Yeah, I end up in a DDT. But the
Yeah.
whole thing is the biggest Colombian necktie, but you know that sometimes you cannot use submissions
Uh
in a
huh.
match. So I don't know. Recently, I posted one that I did it to Loki, which he was there actually one who introduced me with that Colombian necktie with a submission,
Yeah.
right with my leg and arm, and I just like I can put the person to sleep or they need to tap out. So either one of them, I'm like I'm not letting them go.
So let's
Nice.
start from the beginning, right? You are a reality TV star. You were in a relationship, long distance relationship,
Yeah,
with Russ. Hello to Russ and the baby, by the way.
yeah, they're in the back. I'm sorry.
And then you were on 90 Day Fiance. And naturally, you became a fitness model and a fitness instructor. but pro wrestling, that's like reality TV, pro wrestling. Like it doesn't all the time. Like that's not what you cross into, and it's very very hard. So what got you into that? Like what was
I'm glad you started with that question because the
yeah.
whole time I was
We need
wondering
to know the too. No, even
how did wrestling happen?
when I was having a conversation with Mickey, she
Mhm.
told me like because someone told her to check me out. That this reality TV star and she's jumping into wrestling, and like that's a big
You
jump.
mean Mickey James, right? Yes.
Mickey James,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Yeah, I was talking to her, and so she told me like, yeah, I was surprised because not everybody actually jumped from something that it's extreme. It is extreme because
It's
like
yes.
yeah, you just have like in my case, I have people follow me around and I don't do much. Yeah, and I can show them that I work out, but it's like in this, it's like I have to prove myself that I have skills that I can learn all of this business in such a short time.
Uh-huh.
And I have so much pressure also because I have so many eyes on me and critics and people like expecting me to fail. And also I have people who support me, of course.
Mhm.
So it's like it's a lot of pressure.
Mhm.
So I end up in with wrestling. I was in Colombia visiting my family, and I was watching Fighting with My Family, the documentary of Paige.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, produced by The
Yeah,
Rock. Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, I didn't know about wrestling.
Mhm.
You grew up in Colombia and you know soccer. It's like the typical in there.
Mhm.
Like they don't support much our like our talent in like an athletic way.
Mhm.
So and I end up in here being introduced with wrestling, but then here is huge. Well, in
Yeah.
Mexico too, but and here is like it's a huge thing. I didn't know, and I just watch. I'm watching this, and I'm like, there is this a specific episode, no, like chapter. I don't know. So when she's in the ring and they ask her like, why do you like wrestling? Why do you want to wrestle? And
Mhm.
she's like, yeah, because of my family. But at the end, she opened up herself like it's different. And
Mhm.
you get into the ring and you end up doing things that you cannot do it in a daily life. Well, unless someone wants to mess up with you. But but so I was like, I do feel weird. I have tried so many things that you already pointed out, all the things that I have done, but it's just
Successfully though, you've been
Yep.
successful on TV, and you've been
thank you.
successful in the fitness, and you're an athlete. So when I first saw it, I was like, that's actually not a bad idea because I think she could pull it off. She's athletic. She just has to learn the bumps and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Because we've had a pro wrestler on before, and he gave us a detailed, uh, like on his background, the school that he went to, because people think, oh, they're watching on TV is choreographed. No, it hurts.
Yeah, yes. Like I also like today I was training and I won and I already have
Roll burn.
scars on my back. So
Yeah.
it's like if you get hurt and if you don't do something, and even for the other person that you are working,
Mhm.
it requires a lot. That's why when people talk to me and tell me those things, even if I'm new in this, it pisses me off because I'm in the ring, I'm putting all my work in there, and you wouldn't last. Like today, I'm gonna tell you this is TMI. Sorry, guys, but I was training with Loki in Orlando, and we were training with
Mhm.
in the open area, right? So we were not training in the ring; we were just learning other stuff. So today, in a long time, we got to train with him in the ring, and man, I was practicing a new move that I want to add to my moves.
Repertoire.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so I finished the reps, but it was like too many reps, and I needed to jump out and all the
Mhm.
stuff. And I'm like, my eyes was watering already. So I was like, be back. And I went to the bathroom. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to throw up. I
Same.
like, and he had never done it to me. Like the only time that I have throw up, it was like years ago, more than 10 years ago when I
Mhm.
started the fitness journey. And
Mhm.
but I'm like, and I just did it, got some gum, a lot. And then I went up in the ring and I'm like, yeah, I just need to practice something else too. I'm like, I keep pushing. It
Yep.
is, it requires a lot.
So, also being a woman, I mean, Ellie, I want to see if Ellie's got what it takes to be a pro wrestler. Also, maybe we could like pull some advice from you. Uh,
Yes.
also, being a woman, I mean, you train with men as well.
Oh
So
yeah.
these bumps, they're not like little. Not to say women wouldn't slam you that hard because they do. I've seen,
Yeah, they do.
Don't underestimate women, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
I like to.
Yeah.
I do like to feel it. I do like to
Uh-huh.
feel it. I'm not that delicate to say that way. Like I even tell them like, please just make me feel a little bit so I can actually like sell it, because sometimes like it's a touch and no, I just want, and I like this to look as like man, you get it, and even when people think like, oh, this doesn't hurt, a clothesline,
Oh
it,
yeah.
feel
Oh,
it. And
100%.
then
Yes.
down. So all of those things are like painful. So today actually we're training with someone new for me.
Mhm.
This guy is gigantic. He's huge, tall, big guy. And of course, we try to switch because we want to learn to work with different type of bodies.
Of course.
Like, give me a clothesline, but I just felt it in like my whole body. And I just got up and I just sold and I just got up and I ran because I needed to take another one.
You're like, hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, but it's different. I'm like, oh man, it is different, but you gotta learn. And even like
Exactly.
in my case, when I'm training, when I'm in the rink, it's different. I don't double think. I just go for it, and mistakes happen, and then you just can't apologize. But in the rink, I'm very conscious of what I do, and I'm so like even the guys that I'm training with today, it was only guys, and like certain moves, I'm like, I'm not that you know what? Like he told me, just hit me, and I'm like, I try, but
So
yeah,
let's talk about in the ring, because this is the thing about pro wrestling. Like let's say you and Ellie were in the ring.
Mhm.
A good wrestler is someone that could take care of the other one, right?
yes.
Okay.
So you can't be messy, you can't be sloppy. A lot of injuries have happened. Do you get nervous when you're in there with someone for the first time?
Well, the thing is because I'm so new
Yeah.
that I don't know their experiences,
Mm.
right? So for right now, I'm the champion on ARW. So the girls that I have met in there, they are amazing. They have been in the business for so long. They know that I'm green. They took care of me, but they like to work with me because I also protect them. I also like I know my things, like
Yeah.
I'm green, but I like this. I'm passionate about this,
Mhm.
and you get concerned, but like in the moment, it's like suck it up and like go for it. But it have to be a teamwork. Nobody have to shine more than the other one. That's
Mhm.
how I see it. I feel because it's about giving the public something awesome. And for me, if I'm on here, I want the other person also to be here. You know,
Yes. I
yeah,
love
it's
that.
something mutual.
Mhm.
And I've been lucky, like just probably one time, but I've been lucky with the girls that I have worked with. I have
Mhm.
worked with girls like somebody has telling me like I ask, what do you think? Does she have experience? Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And some people tell me yes, some people tell me no. So I always like it's more like to be aware of how. The thing is like people tell you, yeah, I've been in the business for 10 years, but the question is how many matches have you had? That's what
Yes.
everybody tells
Got
me.
it.
Yeah, I don't even tell them like I'm very new. I only have like 10, but mine are like I don't know. I try not to go out too much and like burn myself out to say it that way
Mhm.
because I know that I have a long way to go to learn, and I want to be able to people see me as like I have skills in the wrestling industry, and no, I'm just gonna go there and like I'm taking everything, and that's
Yeah.
it. And it's like, oh, she's really bad, oh, and know that she's really bad, but she messed it up too much. So and they don't know that I'm just studying,
Yeah.
So
Of course.
I want quality instead of quantity.
Mhm.
Ooh, I love that. Yes. And also you're preparing for what's coming up next. So I love that you take that seriously. Love that.
So one of the critiques that are done with pro wrestling, or like women and men, is, for example, they'll take this, handsome looking guy and they'll put him in the ring, and it doesn't result. So in WWE, it's been very famous for uh, 5 years back, just having women that had the appearance but not the skill. So you're sitting in a situation where you've you have notoriety, people know who you are, and for that they're already going to assume that you're not taking this as serious. Does
Yeah.
that get to you sometimes, or does that fire you to like prove people wrong?
Oh, I love using all of that negativity to prove them wrong. Like I
I
use
love you. Yes, as you should.
I'm
Yes,
like,
you
oh, you
have
think
to.
I'm not? Look, and normally I try to stay quiet with the things I do. I like to surprise, and you know, guys, that I was training. I started training with JB on FEW.
Hmm.
I trained with her. He trained me. I'm very grateful for all the training he did. For a year, I trained with him like quietly. Nobody knew that I was doing this.
No, this was you recently came. It was like May or June where you put up the first picture of Paola Blaze, and you were like,
Yeah,
"This
I
is this
put
is
that.
happening now."
And you know what? And this is the thing. That's how I use all this negativity because I've been quiet and like, oh, and I got these haters like, oh, you're not doing anything, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, and then I just pop up with all of these videos with all of those moves that I learned during the time, and like, oh, sorry, these bitches are doing this. Oh, so they're like, oh, okay. So and so the expectation is like, I should be now in WWE,
Mhm.
AEW, and all of these big companies. And I'm like, my thing is like, I haven't reached out to them because, like, while we were talking,
Mhm.
I want to be, I want to be respected as a wrestler, not just to she can offer all of this publicity and like she's this person. No, I want to. I'm the full package. Yes, I have who I am in the entertainment and this who I am as a TV star. But if I get into the ring, I want to be respected, and I want to be respected in a way like I can wrestle. Do not You're not gonna put me there just to take it like they call it jobber. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah,
Yes.
I learned that word.
A
I learned
jobber is someone who is brought in just to take bumps.
yeah, I don't
In
want
the
to
ring.
work for a
Yeah.
company who only uses me for that
Hmm.
because that I will feel bad because I want to prove that I can wrestle and I'm good at what I do. So that's why if I'm not 100% ready, uh, I'm gonna take my time. And I was very grateful that I went to NWA
Yeah.
because I felt like I did good. Like I felt like even for someone like that new,
Mhm.
I did a great job and I received really great feedback from all of these icons from the wrestling. Um, so it's amazing because there is something that also Mickey told me is like you can you have charisma and it's something that you cannot learn
You
charisma.
can't. Yeah, you can't
You're
teach
right.
that. Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's like when I get into the ring, I have an attitude. I have this fiery, spicy thing, and so
Mhm.
and so I work on my gimmick and who I am in the ring. Um, so and while I learn all of those things because there is a logic. It's a logic with the match.
Yeah, it's a
You're not just
psychological thing that you're telling a story with someone on it.
exactly.
You're
Yeah.
right.
So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I know this move, I know this. I'm like, no, you gotta just be able to put it together. So I don't want to rush it because I want to learn. I want to learn. I want to learn the
Yeah.
process. It's not that I'm not taking matches. I'm on 5 TV.
Yeah.
So like I'm also like working for ARW, which they're tapings and they are on a 5
Hmm.
TV and with NWA.
Okay.
Love
So
it.
So I have two questions that I'm pretty sure a million people want to know. How did Russ take the news? And do you prefer being a face or a heel?
okay, so the first one, my husband, when I told him he was there in Colombia with me,
Yeah.
so he looked at me. And I don't know, he knows that I'm a really crazy person. It's just he knows like something new, okay. But he always support me. That's
Mhm.
the thing. He always support me. He is there for me. Yeah, to give me that. Okay, that's what you want to do. Go for it. Talk to your manager and let's just get you. She found me a school in here. So yeah, he support me 100%. And I think he likes that better than modeling.
Okay.
I would think so. And the second question, this
Heel
is,
or face?
mm, oof,
Because I honestly, I'm gonna tell you, you probably would be a natural to start as a heel because you could be sassy, show off, and so which
yes.
one do you prefer?
I think the heel is easy, but I want to be a heel that I actually like, not just strikes, I want to be
Mhm.
able to shine too as a heel. And that's the thing. I can have the gimmick, the character, the persona
Mhm.
to and I already have haters, so why not? I can make them easy. Right? So I already have that.
Just make them hate you so much that they start to love you.
You know what? Talking about that, when we were in NWA, the event, that was
Yeah.
when I did this amazing move with Kong, my husband was waiting in line to get a drink, and someone in the back said, "What is she doing in there? She's not even a wrestler." And then my husband turned back and said, "For you guys to hate her more."
Nice.
Ooh, he's as spicy as you. I
Nice.
love it.
Like, I'm like you heard it because I was like, yeah, that was a good clap back. Because yeah, people are
100%.
like, what she's doing in there, but because I'm proving, I'm training, I'm giving my best. It's not. I can tell that some people get into this just to say I'm a wrestler and I just put it on the resume. For me, it's like no, I wanna be well known in the wrestling, and this is different type of fans, you know.
Hmm.
Oh, this is they're some of the loyalest fans you'll ever see.
True.
Um, you see it with the numbers, like, and now there's like this whole almost back to Nitro versus Raw, whereas AEW and WWE on the big TV, and there's so much more opportunities for independent wrestlers to make money now.
Yeah.
So Ellie,
Yes.
I know Ellie has a ton of questions. So does also. I'm gonna give it away to them so they can start asking you some
True.
questions also.
So for me, my question for you is, since obviously being a female within this industry, are there any mistakes that you have made in the beginning? Let's say for aspiring, people that want to come into the pro wrestling, what would you tell them? Let's say if it was me, me, I'm the singer. I'm like, I'm not very active. I can be active, but I don't think I would be active to that point. But let's say if I did want to come into this industry, what kind of advice, how would I start out? What would be the first steps for me?
Well, the first of all, you need to love what you're doing.
Mhm.
You need to think that you're doing this because you like it, not because you're actually expecting to become rich at it. Because
Exactly.
that's one of the biggest mistake. We just focus on like the money and no like
Yes.
because everything comes with that. If you are able to become good in the ring and you're able to manage all of those skills, you're gonna be able to accomplish that big thought. Of course, we want money and we want to be able to get paid for what we do, but focus first on your training and give it all in that, and then things will come natural. Another thing that one of the biggest mistake I made was being so strong on myself.
Mm.
Like I got my first matches, and because it didn't end up looking like the way I wanted, I freaked out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Understandable though. Understandable.
and because the thing is, like with me, I'm thinking if this is going to be out there for people to see it, I'm thinking not just as a wrestler, but I'm thinking also as a Paola Mayfield, the
Yes.
TV star. Oh, I'm going to get shit. So it's like,
Mhm.
no. But now I'm like, every time that I get into the ring, it's an experience. And I did good. Oh, okay, I messed this up. Okay, things happen. It shouldn't be
Yep.
that perfect because it's not, no, we don't want to do a choreography. We're just going to go with the flow. And so it's just, take it easy and yeah, just learn the process and enjoy each experience. I say it's a learning experience.
100. I love it, and I love your passion for what you do. It's real. I admire that so much, and
Thank
you're
you.
doing it because you genuinely love this. That's
I
why.
wish I knew sooner. I wish I knew sooner, but it's never too late. So
It's never too late. I love that. Yes, and you're so right.
thank
So,
Yes.
I'm curious to hear your question.
No, I actually have I feel like I have a mature question that I really wanted to know.
Okay.
So transitioning from reality TV to now doing wrestling, did you bump into any I don't, do you even call them coworkers? Like the people that you wrestle with, are they considered coworkers?
Peers.
Peers.
Oh,
Okay, so the peers that you work with, did you have anybody that made you feel like they wasn't taking you serious as a wrestler, that you were
oh,
just doing
that's a
this
good
to stay relevant? Like how was the first like reaction from your peers?
Mm.
well, the first one, I don't think that like the group that I was very lucky that I got my first match. It was with Kylie King, and she's amazing. I love the first match, and I love her. Like she's awesome. I never felt that. I'm not gonna say that I have never felt the heat of being a TV star and having eyes on me, like
Mhm.
because
Because they
I
might look at it like you had it a little bit easier.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
and
see.
of course I have heard comments like, I won the title on ARW so fast. So of course, like it's different. It's hard, because of course people are not gonna see me as someone who wants to. Not everybody. I'm not saying, but like they're not gonna see me like, oh, she's just coming here for to learn. Like she wants to do that. No, she's just like she's gonna take our spots and we're shiny
Okay,
and.
okay, okay.
Mhm.
And I'm not like that, but people that doesn't know me, and so and I of course I have that this image that I'm a bitch on the show, so so it's like, okay, I already have a reputation. But
Okay,
look, I treat people the way they treat me, and I'm always
Yes.
here to help others. But
okay.
I'm not stupid, and I'm like I'm gonna fight you back. But I had a couple of situations that like, yeah, but I fixed them in a really really good way.
Okay, good,
Yep.
good, good.
I
So,
love that.
has anybody from your 90-day peers, have they reached out to say, Paula, like this is what you really want to do? 'Cause I'm pretty sure a lot of people were like, whoa, this is a completely. Because when you announced it, I remember everybody saying she's gonna go into pro wrestling. That's crazy. And then when you went on Bears All to talk about it, you were actually able to demonstrate and talk about how you got into it. So
That was
has anybody from the 90-day universe, like they like to call it, giving you some positive or negative feedback?
There was someone who went, a couple who went to my first match. I can't say who was it because she was secretly there. That they went to support me. I thought that they were. It was very cool what I was doing.
Hmm.
I think like the people from 90 Day Fiance were like, that's very cool. And even like other girls that I never met directly on the show, but I know they're from 90 Day Fiance. And she was like, she told me, that's very cool what you did out of like this, because you cannot just live out of being just a reality TV star,
Hmm.
because that's something that you're just sharing your life. And for me, I like to actually be able to show skills and like it's different. And it's not gonna last forever. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like you always have to have plan A, B, C, D. Like always, if something doesn't work, just go. But they were like very supportive. I have some friends that were like, hey, "Are you crazy? Are you gonna get hurt?" And I'm like, "I don't want to get hurt, but I am crazy."
Rick,
Go ahead,
Rick.
O.
So my next question is one of my questions that you might expect from me.
Go ahead.
Do you have anybody on 90 Day Fiance that you would want to see in the ring?
Oh, that's a good one.
I
Oh,
got that
that's
question
such
from
a good one.
I got that question from Sean too when I did the Discovery Plus. That's the thing. I have girls on the show that hates my guts. I know.
Mhm.
Once in some way I feel for one of those I feel responsible for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I, it's crazy shit that happened in there. When we do the tell-alls. So
So that's a yes. That's a yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, and I'm very outspoken, and I like to bring a little bit like sassiness to the show. It gets a little bit
Mhm.
like, so I
Yep.
create some stuff and then it just backfire me. Um, but I know I cannot imagine being on the ring with anybody because in a real fight, maybe.
Ooh, ooh,
Damn.
ooh.
I'm joking.
Well,
I didn't mean to start that. I'm sorry.
I'll follow that one up. So in pro wrestling, you sometimes can have a manager, someone that's outside the ring, will instigate, will distract, will do certain things to help you. So who from the 90-day universe, besides Russ, because I think Russ will be a dope manager. Besides Russ, who would be like your manager? Like it could be one of the girls or one of the guys from the 90-day universe that you would pick to be your personal manager, like your bodyguard to watch your back while you're in the ring.
Well, I wouldn't say about my bodyguard, but we got a really good relationship with Davey and Annie. I don't
Hmm.
know if you guys are familiar
Oh,
with.
I love David. Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and he's amazing. We talk to them often, and we really like them. They're awesome. They're very funny, and I think it will be very funny to see him interact with the other ones. He will make a hell of a show. I promise you. He's just speaking like, oh man, it's like that would be hilarious for sure.
So I can totally see David as that Paul, what's his name? Oh my God. He's the manager for Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman type, where he's like the manager and he's the voice. He speaks up for you. Oh, you know, you won't take the contract or whatever.
That's why I thought about him, because he's very good at that. Like, that's why, and it will be hilarious. So that will be good. Anybody else? No. It's just there are so many people on the show at this point. But of course, they are the originals.
I mean, there's like 6 shows now, so it's hard to before the 90, happily ever
I
after,
can't even catch up
the
with
single
that.
life.
Unless I'm in it, I can't catch up with all of that unless I'm actually part of it, of any of those. But of course, like they're the originals, people who has been for so long, like myself, with my husband, who have been 7 years, and we still do things with them. And that's why there's the people that we know and they reach out. I can tell the new people reach out to me and ask me for advices. That's like, I'm like, I used to be like the mama, or like they used to come to me and like, hey, because of course I last, like, I was on the show for a lot of time. So,
And you did the game show that just came up in Discovery Plus.
yeah, during the pandemic.
You were super competitive on that show, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got so frustrated. I'm like, I know you are cheating. I can see it. No, that's the thing. I can see that I'm cheating, and like I that's why I get in trouble for that. I get in trouble for calling out people. And what can I do? That's me.
Sometimes people need to get called out, though. Just saying.
Yeah, and then they're very like soft. They don't take like, yeah, it's a question, just answer it, but just get very soft on that. So, not my type of people.
Do any of you guys watch The Challenge on MTV?
Yes,
what?
I have.
yes. The challenge on MTV.
I think she would do good on that show.
On the challenge?
Yeah.
I don't know
I
which
mean,
one is that one.
so it's basically they take, I guess it's 10 people, 15 people, and they make them compete in obstacle courses. Kind of like Survivor, but it's
you get to show your athletic side.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's interesting because you kind of have to be a dick and people not like you, and you have to be strategic on who you eliminate and stuff like that.
I'm like, hello, where do I sign?
So let's have some fun with Paola. Let me remove the banner in the bottom. So we're gonna run you through a segment called Distorted Photos. Distorted Pictures. Look at that.
Oh, that's cool. Cool.
So, distorted pictures. We will show you 5 photos. They're yours. They're from the internet. And you have to try to guess what that photo is, who's in the photo with you, and what's going on, or just give us a little background on this photo.
Man,
So
I take a lot of pictures, so that's going to be a problem.
I know. So, this first one.
Okay,
So-
yeah, I can see that one. My legs, my hair. I look like, yeah, it's kind of cool that this person, but yeah, that was an NWA with, yeah, I'm holding it in the corner with my foot, and I'm kind of smiling to the public.
So this is the most heel bad guy shit you could do. Like you're choking someone out and you're waving to the hi.
Yeah,
I love it.
My adoring
I know, and I
fans.
love that Tyrene. She was like, I love it, keep doing it. That she's making me those faces in there, like I love it. You know, I love her. She's amazing. Tyrene, yeah, then saying it right. Yeah, she was just smiling me there, like.
So here's one more.
Okay. Woo, okay, man, that I feel like, you know what, like I'm blind, like, and I don't know why. It's just a distorted. What do you say that word? See,
Distorted pictures.
distorted picture. Oh, okay, now I can see that's Kong, and that's me. That's a picture with Kong in the camera.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome Kong.
Yeah,
She just recently retired.
Yeah, and I got a awesome. That's just amazing. What I was part of it. Like I can't believe it. She's amazing.
Here's another one. Try to guess this
Ooh,
one.
This
Oh
one
my
looks
gosh.
tricky.
Like tricky. That's impossible.
Look
Okay.
at that.
Fuck. This is like green. Like I don't. No, that's impossible to do. I don't like.
Boom.
Oh, man. How did that? What? How?
Oh man. Yeah, I know,
That is
right?
awesome.
I was thinking I was wearing pink. That's the only color I saw.
Yeah. That's an awesome pick, though.
Oh
So
man, or you can see my face, like I screamed. That was my first time doing that. And I was like, I said, a la mierda. Which is,
That's good. That's a good. That's a
yeah,
good thing
I
to
was
add
like,
in
"Que la
there to
mierda."
your. You
It was the
know,
so
first
yeah.
time I was like, okay, I'm doing it.
do you consider yourself like a bruiser, high flyer, or a technical type of person? Because this is dangerous right here, jumping off the top.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. No, look, the first time I'm just looking at it, I'm like the first time doing it, I'm like looking when I got in, I'm like, this is higher than I thought. And I that's what I am like, and I'm like, a la mierda. I was like, I'm committed with this, and I can see when I look back at the video from the
Hmm.
back, of course, I'm seeing the people in front, like, and then she's not, she's like, when I did it, like everybody was just went crazy. And look, since I started like doing this, I noticed like the beginning, every time that they use it, Paola Mayfield from 90 Day Fiance, I'm
Hmm.
immediately a heel, even though I'm a baby face
Mm.
there. Because
Yeah.
people like TV star, boo.
Listen,
And I'm
I
like,
think you should just break the fourth wall one day and just go all out on the heel character. Like you're
I
upset, you
want
don't give a
it.
shit. You guys can hate on me all you want, blah blah blah, and then go all into it.
Yeah, no, and
What
now
was your first thought when you landed? By the way,
the what?
what was your first thought when you landed?
No, I just like no, I didn't even think. I'm like, I look at everybody. I was like, okay, everybody's safe. Like, but I was like, woo! Yeah, that was really high. Like, and I before that I did a drop kick from the top rope too. So I
Mhm.
was like flying that day.
Ooh,
So,
awesome.
Where
if
my
you thought that one was hard, what about this one?
Oh, that one is easy. That's Ric Flair.
Ah!
Notice at the end of
There
the
you go,
Nice.
Nice.
the Nature Boy. All right.
yeah.
So this is gonna be the hardest one.
Hmm.
Oh,
Man, was I wearing that dress? You know what? I'm gonna guess because I wore that dress just at the end of the event to go at the after party. So I will guess that I'm with Mickey James, and I'm back like in a stage, back on stage.
Ooh, it's a good guess. You're not wearing the dress, but you
Oh
are with Mickey
shoot!
James.
Man, I wasn't wearing the dress. Why look green? That's different.
yeah. It's a trick.
Because the photo was distorted, and I also did some discoloration on it.
Oh, I can tell, but I
Ah,
can see her black dress, and so I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I know that's with her. I love her. She's amazing. Oh man, I'm so glad I got to meet her. I'm so glad that I get to talk to her. It's been a bless since I met her. Like amazing. The best experience I ever had since I started like this. Like going
Mhm.
there as soon as I started, and I'm like, oof,
So
this
do
is
I
awesome.
see Paola Blaze, Mickey James tag team down the road? One of
I told her that I would love to have a match with her. I told her like,
awesome.
and yeah, of course, like, but I need to prepare a little bit more because, yeah, I do remember. I just that's it's the thing. You can have opportunities, but you cannot jump immediately if you're not 100% ready. You
Of
want to
course.
be
yeah.
able to deliver something good, and that's
Mm,
what I want. I want to deliver something good.
yeah.
So we want you to take your time. I think you're doing a great job, and I think the fact that you're dying to get the approval from your peers, because you want them to say yes, she belongs. That's all you
Mhm.
want to hear. Let's have a little bit more fun. So you hear a little shuffling in the background,
Did you hear that?
right?
It might be a little loud, but this segment
Ellie's
is
gonna read
called
you some tarot cards.
Yay! Yeah,
Ooh,
so I really
This
like
is
working with the flashing. I really love working with oracle cards and working with tarot cards. So today we're going to be working with the Sacred Self-Care deck. So I really love this deck because of the fact that sometimes we need our friendly reminders of what we need to do in order for us to, in a sense, get back into our zen, get back to ourselves, right? So I already have 3 cards for you, but let me see if anything else pops up. But before I even start discussing the cards, what are some self-care tips that you would give to other women, to be honest with you? Because you look amazing, and I know that obviously you have to be in tip-top shape, but what are some things that you do? Do you like go out shopping? Like, what are some things that you kind of get
oh,
back?
shopping, I do it only online.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not I can't go and try clothes on. I can't do that. I don't have patience. And the
I
only
love it.
time I go with my husband. I just want to kill him.
I
He
can
wants to try
imagine.
everything. He does what I don't do.
Got
That's
you.
why, like, now I like, but self care, like,
We don't have the patience for that to like
Right?
go shopping. Like, yeah, I'm
no,
like,
I like
you're
to do
trying.
it. And if I don't, it doesn't fit me, I will send it to my sisters or something. I give it away, but
Gotcha.
I don't have the patience for that. Like, oh,
Understandable. Yes. Okay, so we got 4 cards for you. Super excited. What I think is awesome because I feel like you have a very fiery spirit, which I'm so in love with. And I love the fact that you are so comfortable within yourself. That's something that I feel like you kind of, when you meet people, they're either going to love it or they're going to be intimidated by it. Right.
yeah,
So 100%. But don't ever feel like you're not doing your part or not on the right track because sometimes people are just not going to like like the fact that you put yourself on a pedestal and like the fact that you are engaged within your own light. You have to love yourself, and that's something that you're showing other people to do for
yeah,
themselves. So you have to be like that. So one of the first cards that I got is dance. So obviously you are super duper active, but if this is something that you love to do, it's asking you to just tap back in and just have fun. Just have fun when it comes to, I know that you do training, but I think it's just asking you to just have fun with the activity, you know?
yeah.
Another one that we got is music. So that goes hand in hand. I don't know why these came up, but I think it's
I
beautiful.
know why.
Oh, tell me why.
Yeah, like the first one, but I'm a Zumba instructor, but I stopped doing live classes. I used to do it every week with a group of people via Zoom. And I did it
Oh,
while we were in the lockdown and all that stuff. So, and I like it. I have so much fun doing that.
I love it.
And with the music, and even this, I'm planning on actually doing a video on YouTube explaining this.
Hmm.
I got the opportunity to work. I met someone, and I wanted to do a song, and I have the song though. It's a cool song.
Ooh,
But the problem is like, I have my manager. I'm very professional. I do everything the right way. You cannot just trust my word.
yes.
In times like this, you can't. People doesn't have. How do you say, like, you can trust them completely just by saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it." So I got the song. Everything is, it's a bacaneria. It's super super. That song
Ooh,
is amazing. But the problem, I was like, I wanted to sign. I asked them to sign a contract so we can get
of
into the
course.
deal, and they just like they didn't want to do it that way. They didn't want to
Interesting.
sign. Yeah.
That's kind
So
of a red flag already, right? Yeah.
yeah, but the good thing is like I'm like fuck, I don't
Yes,
care.
100%.
I have a good friend of mine, which is a producer too, who's
Mhm.
recently show up again. He was traveling, and he's like, "Hey, I see you doing awesome things. Let's just meet up and talk because we were thinking before in doing a song." But I'm gonna tell you this: I'm not a singer. I don't care. Like I'm not planning on becoming a singer. You know, if I do a song, it's
Hey,
because why not?
girl, never say never because you're so multifaceted. What I feel like you're the type of person when you put your mind to something, it just becomes. It's like alchemy. You're literally paving your own way. So hey, if that is in the cards for you, if that's something that you want to do in your path, I encourage you to just do it. Just
I
have
just want
fun.
to have a song, you know. I want to have something that they
Yeah,
feel like, you know what, I did
yeah,
this too,
a hundred
because
percent.
life is only one. You cannot settle just for one
Exactly.
thing. Just do everything you want to put, like anything, and that's
Why put
me.
limitations on yourself? Why?
Yeah.
For what?
So
I love that.
hopefully, you guys will hear it just a little bit of that song.
Yes.
Not today, of course, eventually, but it's so Colombian, and
Ah,
it's
I love
so
it. Listen, I'm here for it. And hey, eventually, you never know if you'll complete an EP. You can definitely do that. I would love to see that. And why not? We want to hear more
yeah.
music. I want to hear more stuff from you. So, and
Awesome.
that's
Thank you.
actually beautiful because the 2 other cards that we got for you is ground yourself. So, meaning like, let's say, for example, if you are doing too much, let's say, sometimes I feel sometimes we're all over the place where we have a fleeting mind. It's like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Sometimes we have to go back within, and this is why me personally, me too. And like I do a few things, and just like you, very multifaceted. And sometimes I just need to get
Mhm.
back to myself, and I need to make sure that I am focused on me and my feelings as well. In order for me to continue doing everything that I want to do, I have to make sure that I'm feeling good about myself and my mindset, my mental is all on point. So it's just kind of reminding, hey, get back to yourself, get back to your
Okay.
intuition, you got the intuition card, girl. So you already know that both of us are brujas, okay? So let's say, for example, when you're using your intuition, look, like you have to trust in your feelings. Let's say if you're in a situation like, let's say somebody gives you a contract, right? Mad random, but somebody gives you a contract and it's feeling funny. It doesn't feel right. Automatically, what is your gut telling you? Follow your
Girl,
gut.
you're just telling me things that I'm just dealing based on that too. I tweet something and I just delete it immediately because I'm like,
you said never mind. Yeah.
I know everybody's gonna start asking me, and I'm like, I know, like, if I cannot even express myself on Twitter because it gets stupid. So
yeah, because you have so many eyes on you, for sure. Yeah, you have to, of course, I don't want you to limit yourself, but also just make sure that you are still being authentic regardless, because, hey, people are going to receive you differently. But just remember that your gut feelings are never wrong, ever, 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 ever.
Good. Thank you for that, because seriously, like, I'm cutting people out of my life because if I tell you guys, but that's too much drama.
But sometimes you have to in order for you to start new beginnings. So I think you're on the right track, girl. Don't worry. But yes, those are what the
I was
cards
just
said.
thinking about it, like, should I make that decision? Because I try to keep my circle of friends very small.
Yeah.
It's hard to trust. And recently, I just find out about really delicate things that that it kind of like it make me very angry. No, about what that person is trying to do, but the fact that you think, oops, that I'm stupid. Like
Yeah, it's like we always find out.
Yeah, and I'm like, you keep doing that. I'm not stupid, and you're just messing with the wrong person. Because I'm like, calm down, and I'm like, but when I'm like, when I explode,
Yeah.
we don't have.
Totally understand.
Yeah, so I'm right now in a situation like that with someone that I used to like a lot, and
Yeah.
it's
But
just
sometimes this type of thing happens because you need to know who people truly are, and it catches you off guard, but it's also aligning you with a higher path. You have to find out in order for you to make the right decision. So you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be totally fine. This shit happens all the time, trust me.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, no, it's the first time actually someone tried to do something like that. So
okay.
For me, it's like I'm like, are you sure?
You sure you want to do that? Yeah.
So that was "What Do the Cards Say" by Ellie Jazz. Isn't
Thank you, love it.
That's very entertaining. She's done the reading for all of our guests, and usually it's always like the guests like, "Oh my god, this just happened like 20 minutes ago." So I'm scared of.
Actually, and I have to tell you this: like, I'm not a person of like reading my things. This is different. I don't like to know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm very spiritual. I'm very energy person. Look, I'm all like,
But Ellie scares me.
I'm kind of hippie to say it that way. But like, I have a medium, really well-known medium wanted to do a reading and stuff. But I know I never answer.
But you know what? You have your own intuition, though. You already know what's up. Yeah. Trust yourself. Trust your gut.
I'm like, no, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm very particular with certain things. I try not to take everything just because it's there for you to do it. Yeah, so I trust my guts.
I love it. Beautiful.
So last but not least, we'll ask you 3, 2, 1. So 3, 2, 1 is, what are 3 things that you are currently watching? So that's the first question. If you get to watch these 3 things you're currently watching.
Okay, so wait a second. What am I watching?
It could be something on Colombian TV if you.
No, I normally don't watch it. Like, I already watched them all of these cartels. I'm done with that. No, I watch Lucifer.
Ooh, that's a good one, girl. Yes.
Man, that guy. I like spooky shows. I'm more into haunted and all that stuff. There is, I don't remember the exact name of the show that I'm watching, but it's with the same guy from Lucifer. The Haunted of something, and it's on Amazon. And the third one, man, I've been all over the place. Oh, that is something that I always watch. I don't care. I've seen it thousands of times, but it's like it's on my background all the time. How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
My favorite show.
Yeah. It's like I watch it.
So funny.
Oh, and even sometimes when I have watched it so many times, I'm like, did he just say that? And then this little things, they're like, ooh, I like it. That's something that my husband and I watch a lot. I used to watch a lot of Friends, but it's not
Oh, yeah.
available anymore, so I switch.
We had to switch it up.
Yeah.
What are two things you are reading or listening to?
I'm reading. What's the name of this book I'm reading? Um, the name is in Spanish. Salud Prohibida, like Forbidden Health.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
And it's yeah,
Translation is always like it
yeah,
sounds
it's
so
so
much better.
weird. No, like that. But yeah, it's about health, but it's about like natural ways of healing.
Hmm.
Nice.
So I just it says with scientific proof and all that stuff,
Mm.
but like more
Hmm.
natural things. And I tell you, I'm like that. I like those things.
I love that.
You say reading and what else?
Or listening to. Could be a podcast, could be a song, it could be.
True.
Yeah, my husband is the one with the podcast. He
Oh,
loves
Russ, he
Ross.
listens to podcasts.
Yeah, he is the
Get,
one in the podcast.
which ones? What's Russ's favorite podcast?
Ross's favorite podcast is oh shoot, then I have to listen to my husband. Because every time he mentioned the podcast, but it's about with this guy is like I think it's more about politics. That's the
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's similar to this Rogan guy. I don't
Oh,
know.
Joe Rogan.
So Rogan.
Joe
All
Rogan
of these,
Experience.
yeah, all of these people. He will kill me if
Nice.
you don't know the name of that one. But he talked to me like, okay, and he listened to every day, what's the name of the podcast? The podcast you listen? No Agenda.
No
Oh,
agenda. Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the podcast he always listen.
I
very
thought
cool.
Russ would be more into like a comedy or like Bad Friends with Bobby Lee and Santino or um he
Oh yeah, no,
probably
I
he
think
probably knows what I'm talking about.
I guess I don't know. I that's why I'm like I don't know much. Even he wants to start his own podcast. We're thinking about it.
Ooh,
Even
yes, do it.
then, yeah, he
Just
wants to.
email me. I
Yeah,
can
I
help
can
you guys
tell
out.
him. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
tell him also, and you can actually invite him to the show and ask him the question you asked me too.
I would love to have Russ on the show and get Russ. Because
It would
we
be
want
cool.
to.
You know what? He hasn't
Yeah.
done like he's not a like that public as I am. He's very
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was
But
about to say. We would love to hear. Like, I'm pretty sure the public would like to hear Russ, and he's
Mhm.
probably gonna dig
yeah,
into you too.
yeah, a lot of people would like to hear his side. Not his wife. Probably they're thinking like, oh, even if he's talking in here, he's talking nice things of me. Probably
Yeah.
thinking that I'm pointing it with the gun on the side, like saying good things about me, because that's what they think.
And
Uh,
what's one thing you're gonna accomplish in 2022?
Mm.
2022. That's kind of far away.
That's a couple months.
But at 2022, my names are going to be in really big companies. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to pop out in this as a wrestler. Like that's
Mhm.
my goal. That's what
Yes.
I'm. Yeah, like it now it's not gonna be Paola the TV star, Paola the
Mhm.
wrestler.
It's gonna be
Ah,
Paola
love it.
Blaze, not Paola Mayfield.
Also,
Ooh.
I haven't announced this, but
Uh
I,
oh.
I'm going. I'm going back to. I think I'm planning. I'm thinking. No, I'm going to start with Paola Mayfield instead of Paola
Gotcha.
Blaze.
But instead of
Okay.
Paola Blaze, okay. It lets
My,
you
my
yeah, it lets you allow to be more yourself.
yes,
But
That's true.
I'm telling you, heal. I see you as a heel on the microphone.
yeah. Like in NWA, I'm a
Yeah,
heel. They just told me, no, you're not a natural heel, so you gotta be a heel. And
yeah, because people, if they're booing you, let them boo. Get them to boo as hard as they can, because
yeah,
eventually they're gonna love what you're
yeah,
doing.
that's what I like.
Yep.
That's what I want to do. But in ARW, I'm a baby face, and because they love me in there,
Hmm.
they said like they don't it's hard to turn me into heel in there because they already I feel like I already won the public in there, and at the
Mhm.
beginning it was not like that, and now I feel like people are really respecting me as a wrestler,
Hmm.
and that's my goal. I want to be respected as a wrestler and not just the TV star, because that's different. I love it, I love it, but this is a new word for me, and I want that. I want to be Paola Mayfield, the wrestler, in this world,
It's gonna
So
happen, baby. Let's go.
you spoke it into. Oh wait,
Mhm.
how long does it take? How long do you plan on staying in wrestling? I think she kind of answered because for some reason we weren't able to pop. There's like a ton of questions. Oh my god. Do you plan on transitioning to other things like announcing and managing? How long do you want to stay in wrestling? Oh my god. There's
I
a
That's the thing, because like even I got a message to them on Instagram. Someone, and what are you gonna do next?
yeah. You're like, I'm just trying to be a wrestler right now. Like,
Yeah, but like the thing is, like, of course I started on 90 Day Fiance
yeah.
as a model, but the thing is, like, when I was doing 90 Day Fiance the first season, I was not only doing modeling, I was also doing I was the spokesperson for a furniture store, so I was doing commercials. It was not just about modeling. Modeling was less, it was more like
Yeah.
commercials.
Mhm.
And so, but because this kind of filming, you cannot put it on the show because it's conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So the way was modeling, let's focus on modeling. And modeling, yeah, I like it, but it was not something that I would die for. If I get paid and I get paid well and I enjoy it, I'm okay. But I'm not like, I know that I'm not tall enough, and I was never tall enough. I was never into runway. I didn't like that because one, not tall, and second, and then I like it just more like pictures and stuff. That's one I like the things, but you gotta try. And then the personal training, I'm still a personal trainer and nutrition coach, but this is something that I do for other people. This is something that I am helping other people to reach their fitness goal. That's not about me. That's not me. And the wrestling is me. It's like what I can do, what I can experience, and the skills that I can learn. And that's the difference. So the people think that I'm just jumping into something. And because they saw me that I promoted that I was doing a song, they thought, oh, do you want to be a singer? And I'm like, no, people have songs and they're not singers. They just like do it because they will be fun. If the song it gets really popular and like, okay, you want a concert?
I have a lot of friends that are not
sing at the same
not
time.
pursuing a career in music, and they release music and it goes well for them. So
Yeah.
It's just look, you gotta try new things, and eventually, if I end up in a movie, like, why not? It's like,
Exactly.
I mean, you're there. Wrestling it helps.
Yeah. So it's like I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
So
It's another way of expression. Yeah.
Yeah, but for now, just wrestling. Like I'm, of course, I'm not saying I have the shows and stuff, but wrestling as me, like what I'm saying, my personal. I want to keep doing and pushing wrestling because I'm just starting.
Last but not least, do you have, like Becky Lynch? She's known as the man. Charlotte Flair is the queen. What's Paola Mayfield's like thing?
I'm the queen of fire.
The queen of fire.
I love that.
Okay.
Mine is the queen of fire. I like that.
It makes totally sense. Paola, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
We wish you nothing but health and the best of luck in the ring because it is a dangerous game that you play, but you enjoy it. And
thank you.
We'll be cheering you on from the sidelines.
Always.
Saludos to Russ. Saludos to the baby.
Saludos.
We'll catch you next year on television in one of those two famous shows.
Yes, there's more to come, I promise.
Always.
Yeah. Thank
Ladies
you so
and
much,
gentlemen,
guys.
have a good night. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, marvelous. Okay. I'm on my Frank Lucas shit. 3-piece suits, Valentino cufflinks, LV shoes. I bring the shorty closer, just enough to feel the gun on the holster. Out on the balcony, feeling on the breeze. City skylines, we're puffing on some trees. Cup of Henny on the rocks with the soda. Maybach, front of the building with the chauffeur. Yeah. And he waiting on me, got umbrella in his hands and my name in the seats. No gift, baby, no thanks, no chinchillas, baby. So what happened to Frank? No phone calls, transactions hand in hand. Give the drugs to Rick, the money to Benny Banks. Talk to crazy, he talks to me. Keep my business out the streets. It's the ART.